At the Cibolo, we believe in honoring those who bring people and nature together. This year, we're proud to recognize someone who's done that with extraordinary heart and vision, Craig Hensley. Craig, I'm delighted you're here this afternoon. When did you first decide that the natural world would shape your life's work?
I grew up in Atlantic, Iowa, so a little farm town in southwest Iowa, surrounded by cornfields and not a lot of nature, but I found the nature where I could, and as a young boy I became a paper boy, and so I got excused to be outside all the time, and it was just a calling, I guess, I had from the time I can remember, and there was never any doubt that I was going to do something in the outdoors. When I was in junior high, I read all of these books by Jim Kelgard, and he wrote books about forest rangers, rescuing bears and fighting forest fires, and I thought, that's the job for me, and really excited me about the possibility that I could actually do something for a living in the outdoors.
Well, and you've had a long and great career, and as you reflect on your career, what are you most proud of?
Being able to bring people and nature together. I mean, that really is what it was, and trying to create as many positive opportunities for people engaging in nature as I could. You know, just being able to make a positive difference in the world, and I hope that I did, at least at some small scale. I was working at Dodge Nature Center in West St. Paul, Minnesota, and this little girl came up to me and wrapped her arms around my leg, and she goes, "This is the best day of my life." That moment taught me everybody that you engage in the outdoors is going to have an experience and know that it's real, and to them it means something, and embrace that, because that's the highest compliment you can get, is that somebody says they really enjoyed their time outdoors. And that little girl probably did more to, sorry, I'm an emotional guy, did more to teach me. She taught me a lot that day. It took me a while to learn the lesson, but when I learned the lesson, it changed how I worked with people from then on. It made me slow down and really learn to appreciate what the work that I was doing and the meaningfulness of it to others, which made me want to be the best that I could be for them each and every time.
Well, let me ask about that. What's the deeper impact of involving people in what's sometimes called citizen science?
I think that everybody has an interest in the natural world. And I think when they're little, they really do, because there's that curiosity, that natural sense of wonder that children have. You get them outside and you get them exploring, and all of a sudden they're finding stuff that you can't see, because A, they're this short as opposed to, you know, that tall, so they're closer to the ground. And once you start to engage them and get them interested, it carries on. It's kind of like, you know, if you light that fuse and if it does catches on fire, then you've got something that they're going to run from there. With adults, it allows them to reconnect to the natural world, and that sense of wonder that they had as a child that may have been kind of put on the table for a while comes back. And when that happens, we can start to really make a difference, because they're the ones that make the decisions. What we do now has an impact a generation or two down the line.
You've talked about the impact of nature on people. What do you think nature needs from people today?
It needs people to care. It needs people to slow down, be able to sit and appreciate what is there. And I think if we can just do that a little bit more, I think we'll each find more peace and learn to appreciate it more. And then places like Cibolo will become more and more important to everybody in the community as we go forward. And I've always said that a town this size is incredibly fortunate to have a nature center like Cibolo, because a lot of towns don't.
Well, we're honoring you tonight. How does it feel to be the recipient of the Cibolo Stewardship Award?
I'm very deeply honored. I certainly didn't expect something like that. You don't go into work thinking you're going to have that kind of recognition. I didn't do this for that, but to be recognized, it makes me proud of the work that I've done. So I thank the Cibolo and the people that made that decision, because it means what I did mattered, And my daughter's coming, so from Boston, so that's a big thing too. I'm very honored that you all would consider doing that.
Final words, if you could leave a message for the next generation of stewards.
Slow down, care, become involved, but don't assume that others are going to take care of it. If you have that passion for doing this kind of work, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Do what you have, that's your passion. Find your passion, and if nature and conservation and this kind of work is your passion, go for it, because you can really make a difference in people's lives. It seems to me when you're on this earth for the short time we are, I think the idea is to make a positive difference in people's lives, and this is one of the greatest ways to do it, I think.